Sawubona Mzansi, and welcome to this evening's MIH Live. Nice to see you here. I can already see the likes flooding through on YouTube. Nice, love to see it there, love to see it there. So, yeah, what we're gonna get up to today. Yesterday was such a great and amazing live that we learned so much. We had some great conversations. And remember, guys, I don't just listen to you and then throw your feedback away. What I do is I actually go back, listen to what you were saying, I actually review the lives afterwards and see what we were all saying, and then try and implement some of the suggestions that you guys have, if it's possible, and if it can fit into our roadmap. So yesterday we had two things that we wrote down in our book. So those two things are, thank you so much for joining the live. Thank you so much for the repost. I appreciate you. So the two things that we got up to, or the things that we noted down for yesterday, is there was a bug when we were viewing a review, and we're just supposed to Sawubona, nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. Things are looking good. Nice. Things are looking good on that side also. So we found a bug yesterday when you are viewing a review, someone's rating and their review, they would be able to change the stars, but that wouldn't affect anything. It was just there at the top. So we noted that down in our book and we fixed that. And another thing that came from Mpo told us that, was this the right section? Yeah. Mpo told us that, no, here's it over here. Sorry, my bad. Mpo told us that we can use SQL Alchemy. I'll explain a little bit more about what I've learned today. Remember, this is the first time that I'm using this tool, and I was just learning it today, trying to wrap my head around it, chatting with Gemini, trying to figure out things out. And we've implemented it for the Mzansi directory now. So we use that as our template, and just to try it out to see how things are working. I'll show you at Flask. No, not Flask. So Asekona is asking, did we use Flask? No, we didn't use Flask, but it's something similar, I guess. We used Fast API. It's also a Python library. What bug, bro? So the bug was to do with, we'll jump into the bug. I'll show you all of them. Don't worry. But the bug was when you're viewing a review, you could change the ratings over there when you're just viewing it, which was very silly, so we changed that. So let's jump into MIH and let's see. I'll show you what the bug was and what we fixed, and also how did we improve what is this? We improved our backend. So now we're using SQL Alchemy, which it blew my mind once I kind of understood the concept of it. But I'm less than a novice right now. But we will move on slowly but surely. Slowly but surely we'll get better at SQL Alchemy, and it'll be second nature to us. But for now, we're still learning. We're still gonna steal code from the previous. We're gonna steal code from our previous examples, and we'll move forward from there. Thank you so much for all the likes. I'm seeing them fly through. So I'm just getting the emulator up and running. You can give me 1 second. And nice, the chat is looking quite spicy right now. Quite spicy on the thing. Remember, guys, if you are watching on TikTok and you'd like to see what we are doing in its entirety, we are live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Whatever platform you are comfortable with, you can check us out over there. So the emulator looks like it's working. Yeah, looks like it's up and running. Let me sign in. And cool. Let me flip the screen for you. Flip it. Perfect. And then I'll flip it for the people on the other platforms. Screen view. Perfect. And let me know in the chat. So I put up, as promised yesterday, I put up the Twitch chat on the screen right now. So there's no one chatting on Twitch right now, but feel free to drop a chat over there so we can test out the chat functionality and the chat overlay. I think that's what it's called. But yes, let's dive into that first error. So Boshi Bosch, you were asking what was the error that we were having. So if we open up the Mzansi directory, remember guys, for those that are new here, the Mzansi directory is a place for you to search for people and businesses across Mzansi, figuring out the people's purposes and figuring out the business's mission and vision, and also you'll be able to rate them. We'll jump into it, but that's the main concept. So it's getting our GPS location now. This is important when we're searching for businesses. So we're going to switch over to the business search and just search for MIH. And the first one, this is our test profile. So we'll click on that. And you'll see, like I said, this is what the Mzansi directory looks like. You have the business's icon. It's just a picture of me. We have the business's name, Mzansi Test Doctors, the business's mission and vision. And we have the rating for this business. So you can see they have 3 stars. And you can call them, you can email them, navigate to them, open up their website and rate us. So this is what we were working on, the rate us feature. So I'll show you. So when you click on this, if you've rated the business already, it pulls through that review for you to edit. So let's make this let's make it 1 star and click on update. And if we go back in, you'll see that now they're on 1 star. That's because all of the ratings are on 1 star. So let's not give them such a bad rating. Let's give them 3 stars at least. Update it. And let it get the GPS location. So I know things might be looking a little bit weird right now, but that's just because that's a state management thing, right? I'm manually trying to manage the state in the application, which is the completely opposite way of, or the completely incorrect way of doing this. There's this thing called provider that I would like to start learning and utilizing inside MIH, but it's a whole nother journey that we'll have to take. Yeah, so like I was saying, if we head over to the reviews, Boshi plus AI, it's Boshi bro, I will watch you here. Thank you so much for watching over there. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube also. And yeah, thank you so much for jumping over that side. Now that you're on YouTube, the next live, I'll make sure to add the YouTube chat on the screen somewhere. Is my camera off, guys? What's going on? Sorry, give me 1 second. My camera seems to be down. Let's see if things start connecting. Nice. Nice. We're back. So yes, you can see my face. Now, thank you so much for jumping over to YouTube and watching over there. Remember, you can see the full screen over on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. And yeah, we'll make sure to add the overlay in the next stream. But thank you so much for joining us there. So like I was telling you, the bug that we had is if anyone were to click on a review, you were able to click on this. Already subscribed. Love it. Love to see it. Thank you so much. What a member of Mzansi. I appreciate you. So previously, if you have a look at the previous live, we were able to edit this. So this is only supposed to be for you to view what this rating is. So you can see the reviewer, the title of this rating, the description. I'll add better words over there so you can see it in full action. And you can click on, and you are able to edit this. So we've fixed that. We just changed it to a read-only mode, and yeah, we've changed that now. So that's fine. So you'll be happy to know that phase 2 of the Mzansi directory is completed. So the rating system was that system that we were planning on doing. So I'll show you more stuff over here. I'll show you more things about the Mzansi directory and explain what we're going to work on in phase 3 of the Mzansi directory. But over here we have our test profile, call, email, all of these things, rate us. And now we were doing some weird, strange things yesterday where we had to go back and then switch and then come back in and then check the review. But now what happens, like say for example, if I were to delete this rating. If I delete this, then it takes me back to the Mzansi directory and searches for this business just to refresh the data of this business. Like I said, state management is currently lacking on our side, and we're gonna resolve that after the Mzansi directory. So yeah, but now you can see it's 1 star. If we go back, we have the rating. If we come back here and rate us, you'll see that this is a completely different screen. It's now the add review screen. So we'll give them 4 stars. Let's put a nice title. This, are you using providers for states? Not at the moment. So there was a question by It's Quotes. I think it's Quotes. So It's Quotes over on TikTok asked the question, am I using provider for state management inside my application? So because we're using Flutter, provider is one of the packages that allows us to manage state within our application. So state of the data, that's basically what we mean when we say state management, managing the updating of data and making sure that it reflects across the application. But at the moment, we're not doing that. We are manually sorting out state, like reloading stuff and all of those things, which I know is incorrect. I watched a video of Google a couple weeks ago, like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and it blew my mind when they explained what state management is and using, firstly, what state management is, and then secondly, using provider to fix state management for you. And it automatically does it for you. So it's something super cool that we are going to look into, but that's a whole nother journey for us, this whole nother project. Thank you so much for the likes on YouTube. So no, we're not using provider, we're manually managing state, but we are going to get into it later on. Thank you so much for that question. Provider is cheat codes, 100%. That's why I want to learn it. That's why I want to use it. That's why I'm excited to even jump into it. But yeah, other priorities at the moment. So yes, let's type a nice description for us. So we'll say, amazing doctor, using Riverpod for state management. So, like I said, I'm very novice at state management, and I think Riverpod. So there's multiple state management tools out there. So yeah, there's multiple state management tools out there. Let's fix my screen, or not fix my screen. Let's make it a little bit better for us. So let's make this full screen, and then we can whip out the browser. So yeah, Riverpod is. So I'm assuming Riverpod and Block is similar tools, and they probably provide similar functionality, but different use cases, right? For different things. And when I was doing my research on state management and things like that, I think I did see Riverpods and what's this other thing? Block. But they said that's very advanced stuff. So I don't want to jump straight into the deep end. I want to dip my toes into state management first before I even dive into these advanced tools. So I haven't used Riverpod before. It's manual. Try using that. Let's ask Mzansi what Riverpod is. Let's see. What can we say? Please explain the package Riverpod that is used for state management. So I'm typing long stories over here because I'm not sure if it will know what Riverpod is. But let's see what happens. You're asking about Riverpod, which is a neat. Cool. Let's listen.
Hey there, wave in hand. You're asking about Riverpod, which is a really neat state management solution used in Flutter apps, and it's a popular choice for building robust and maintainable applications. Think of it as a way to manage all the data that changes in your app, like user login status, shopping cart items, or anything else that needs to be updated. Riverpod is built with simplicity and safety in mind. It uses a reactive approach, meaning that when your data changes, any widgets that depend on that data automatically update. It's a great alternative to other state management solutions like Provider, offering improved type safety and testability. Here's a quick breakdown of what makes
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI, for explaining what Riverpod is. So, co.za, let me know if you use Riverpod and what's the benefits of using it. Pretty much like Provider, I think so, but there's probably a unique use case for this one. Thank you so much, Bruce, for the fire emojis. Bruce is over on YouTube. We used to study together. So nice to see you here. So let me know what's the benefits, or let's ask Mzansi what's the benefits over Provider. What's the benefits over Provider? Let's listen.
Hey, great question, thinking face. You're right to ask about the benefits of Riverpod over provider. It's a common comparison. Here's a breakdown of why developers often choose Riverpod. Riverpod's advantages over provider. Type safety. This is a big one. Riverpod is built with strong typing in mind. This means it catches potential errors during development before you even run your app. Provider, while usable with type safety, doesn't enforce it as strictly. This can save you a lot of debugging time down the line. Testability. Riverpod is designed to be easily testable. Its architecture makes it simpler to mock and isolate.
Mzansi AI is coming with long stories, but simplicity for small projects, for very small project providers simplicity might be enough, and the extra complexity of Riverpod might be necessary. What about Block then? What does everyone else use for state management? Let me know in the chat what. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the chat what everyone else is using for state management. And if you're using Flutter, I'm not sure what React and React Native, if they have a similar concept to state management. But let me know in the chat. So, if we had a look at block versus river pod, what would be the differences? And please let me know if Mzansi AI is lying to us. Let me know in the chat so that we don't mislead ourselves with this, because sometimes Mzansi AI does lie. So enjoying your stream, sir. Good luck. Been following MIH for a while. Thank you so much for those kind words. I appreciate you. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting MIH. I did see you followed me way back on YouTube, and I appreciate it. So thank you so much. And let me know if I'm doing things wrong or I can improve anything in any way. Observers. So its quotes is saying it's usually provider and Riverpod, and Paul is saying observers. So observers is something that provider uses. Is that correct in saying that? I think providers do use observers and observables, something like that. That's what I was looking at. So, evening. Sawubona Jay, nice to see you here.
Okay, let's dive into the differences between Block, Business Logic Component, and Riverpod Rocket. They're both popular state management solutions in Flutter, but they approach things in quite different ways. Think of it like choosing between a very structured team, Block, and a more flexible, reactive team, Riverpod. Block, the structured approach. Architecture-driven, Block is heavily focused on a specific architectural pattern. It enforces a clear separation of concerns between the UI, business logic, and data layers. Event-driven, it uses events to trigger state change.
Yo, this looks kinda complex. Ain't gonna lie. But once again, this is a discussion for another evening. What I'll do is maybe next week or when we're done with the Mzansi directory, I'll do some research, get some talking points and learning areas that we can look at, and maybe we'll make a little spreadsheet to see what the differences are. Then we can discuss it in one of the lives instead of using Mzansi AI now. So, yes, like I was saying, I wanted to show you that we moved over to using SQL Alchemy on Python. So yes, they are the same, but Riverpod is easier to implement 100%. So I think, let me make a note of that. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably, I'll dive into Riverpod to see what it is. So I don't want something too basic, but I don't want something too complex. So maybe a Riverpod is a nice middle road. So research Riverpod. Cool. So thank you so much for that .co.za. I appreciate that. Guys, don't forget to like, share, follow, all those nice things on all of the platforms. We are available on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And if you like what we're doing with the MIH app, you can download it on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and the web. You can just search Mzansi Innovation Hub and you'll find us there. So, yes, like I said, we started using SQL Alchemy. I have two files open over here just to show you the difference that from what we did previously to what we're doing now. If we have a look at, let's have a look at the old version. So this is getting user stuff, right? So as you can see, I was using, what was I using? It's this thing called, let me open it up for you. It's this thing called, yeah, I was using a MySQL connector, right, to connect to my database and to manipulate the database and add all of the different things. I'm loving the likes I'm seeing. They're flooding through on TikTok. Love it, love it. So we were using MySQL connector to connect to our database and to manipulate things from there. But we then, in yesterday's live, this was the first time I was showing you the Fast API Python backend side of MIH. I was a little bit embarrassed because this is the first time I was doing it, but we pushed along, and lucky I did so because Mpo came through and showed me a better way of doing this. And that better way, so instead of doing all of these things, so selecting star from this and that and all of these different things, what we can do, or what we did now, is in the Mzansi directory. So this is basically getting a user's ratings, this one over here. And look how simple it is to get the information. I just have, this is it over here to get the information from my database. And it's so cool. It's a strange way of thinking about it also. So I'm basically saying my database session, I'm querying these two tables. So the business rating table and the user table. And I'm going to join the user table to the business rating table, obviously. And then so where the business rating app ID and the user table app ID is equal, then I'm filtering, which is like your where statement, where this looks like this, and then I'm just getting the first one. This is super cool compared to doing all of this long stories over here. Doing all of this long stories. And yeah, doing all of this stuff over here was quite tedious, especially when you're updating or adding different things to it. You get a lot of syntax, SQL syntax errors, or I get a lot of SQL syntax errors when I was updating this. So this is a much better, much cleaner way of doing this. And say, for example, I add a column to my table. This is a cool part that I'll show you now. So if I add a column to my table, I don't have to go into this thing and see, okay, where can I add that column over here to get that data? All I have to do is go to my database objects. So I think it uses declarative bases. So it like creates an object. It makes you program in an object-oriented way. So all I'll have to do is just add another field over here as a column. And my thing is updated already, and I'm just using user as the foundation to manipulate my tables and stuff. Thank you so much, Zama, for the share on TikTok. I appreciate you. So that's what we got up to, and it was quite cool. So I'm using this as a file just to store different objects that I'm going to use across MIH. So as I transition over the rest of my code to use SQL Alchemy, I will add more of the tables over here, or objects over here, database objects over here. So let me know if you have any questions, guys. Leave it in the chat. We'll try and discuss it, and we'll just ask Mzansi if we don't know. But what we're going to work on today is we're going to have to think about, because so I'm thinking the Mzansi directory is done. Yes, this is what I was doing earlier. So if we have a look here, so I'm adding a new review in. So this is when you, say you go to a doctor, you like, that doctor was amazing, they treated you so kindly, so friendly, so gentle with you. You'd like to review them, so you give them 5 stars. You say, amazing doctor, very kind, very gentle, very friendly, right? Let's say that's our title. We'll check that out in a bit. Remind me later on, but we'll check that out in a bit. Thank you so much, quotes. And then this medical practice is amazing. Thank you so much for the perfume. I've never received a perfume before, but thank you so much. I appreciate you, Zama. I appreciate you so much. So this medical practice is amazing. I would definitely recommend every person of Mzansi, Mzansi to use them. Right? So you can see this is about 96 characters. We have our rating in. Don't laugh if there's errors, right? So we'll add this in. So you can see our message over here, successfully added reviews. And if we close this up, then we can head back over to the business. And you can see their rating did change. If we click on it, we can edit our rating now. But what I wanted to show you is it looks a little bit better now on the side. You see things are filled up over here. So now if you're going in, it does order it from newest to oldest. Because me, I want to see new reviews when I'm seeing something. I don't want to see something from 10 years ago. What if the business changed things? So I want to see the latest reviews at the top. So they will filter at the top. We don't have any filter functionality at the moment, but we can add that in. So you can see we have the ratings. You can see it's 5 stars. The title is Amazing Doctor. Very kind, very gentle, very friendly. This medical practice is amazing. I would definitely recommend every person, and then ... So that ... means that there's more for you to read. If we click on this, then you can see the full ratings. I'm thinking I should change this to yellow also. Yeah, I think I should change this to yellow also. We'll add that. Remind me, someone, we should add that to the list. So change color to yellow. Thank you so much for that. Yellow or gold. So give me a nice hex color for gold. Then I can add that in. We can see what it looks like. I just let the spirits guide me. Yeah, will work better. Cool. We'll definitely add that. So I just let the spirits guide me when I was choosing a color. I just used the color picker inside MIH to do that. So what was I gonna do? Yes, quotes. What were you saying? Get what? Get widget. Is that a package? Get widget package. So it looks like it is a widget. I think I did look at this a while ago. And it's a very cool, very amazing package because look at all the things they provide you, right? So for those that don't know what this is or what we're looking at, this is PubDev. So because we are using Flutter as our front end to design the look and feel and UI and all of those things, it uses Dot as the language, and Flutter works off, or Dot works off of packages. So other people, wait, let me grab this thing before it disappears. Copy. I got it. I'm gonna, is it in my thingy? Yeah, it's saved there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Papa, for the follow. I appreciate you. So this is pub.dev. If you are a Flutter dev, you should definitely check out pub.dev. Kiro as yet. No, I haven't. What is Kiro? Is it also a Flutter package? Kiro. K-I-R-O. So yes, jumping back into this. This is pub.dev. You can search for any kind of package. So for example, that stars that you saw on the screen, if you just search rating in pub.dev, this is the one that we used, custom rating bar. This one over here. So there's amazing packages out there that will save you time from coding and starting stuff from scratch. You know, there's a saying, don't reinvent the wheel. Just use the current design. It's the AWS AI agent and cursor. Oh yes, I have heard of it. Yes. Thank you so much, Pedro. I have heard of Kira. Let's remind me later. Let's jump into this first. So if you are not lazy, if you don't want to waste time creating your own buttons, where are you based, bro? So I am based in Johannesburg, South Africa. Where are you based? Where's everyone else based over here? Let me know in the chat. Is it only South Africans? Because I know when I look at the analytics once in a while, I do see there's a lot of people of Mzansi from like Ghana, from Botswana, Pretoria. Nice. So yeah, I looked at this and I liked what I saw. However, I don't. There's too much stuff happening over here. South Africa, Vereniging. Nice, nice. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, there's too much things happening over here, and I'd rather go for one package that not specifies. What word am I trying to use? That is specialized. That's the word. Specialized. Reminds me of Mr. D. Love it. Love it so much. So it reminds, not reminds me. So I like using specialized packages, and this is kind of broad, and also something that we're trying to do. So in the future, not anytime soon, but in the future, I want to create my own pub dev package, so that the rest of Mzansi can use the MIH tools that we are using. Do you think it's also built in Flutter? Very interesting question. I'm not sure. I wonder if we can just Google that. So, is the Mr. D app built in Flutter? Yeah, it does use Flutter. Wait. There's no definitive public statement confirming this. It's likely they use it, or at least cross-platform. Maybe. It's just speculation for now, but that's okay. So yeah, I want to create my own package with the own widget. So you can see I have, if we look on the side of our screen over here, let's close the back end. And if we go to the front end, under the component section, so you can see I have my own MIH package components over here. So one day in the future, I would like the people of Mzansi to use my own pub.dev package. So you can see we have different things over here. Remember, these are just wrappers over other packages to make it easier to use. But we have quite a few over here, and it is specific to MIH. But we have lots of plans for that in the future. So let's open this up. Yeah, so let's change the color. I remember your hex color over there. So that's a simple thing that we can do. We can head over to which package is this? We can head over to, close the back end. I'm thinking, yeah, it's all right. We can do it now. It's fine. I was thinking, should I push my previous changes to a GitHub, or should we just continue now? But I think we'll just continue. So under the packages section of our file structure, we'll head over to, I think it's the Mzansi profile, then the Mzansi business, and we have a components section over here. So this components is specific to the Mzansi profile package and doesn't go outside. Does use XML files as well? So that's a very good question. That's a very good question. Let me open this up and I'll show you what Flutter looks like. So this is the file structure, right? Let me close lib. So lib is basically the source code of your Flutter app. But along with that, because if you know what Flutter is, it builds native code for you. So you code in Dart, and then when you build the application, it builds Android code for it, or it builds iOS code for it, or web code, or Mac OS, or Linux code, right? Native code. So it gives you the Android folder, the iOS folder, the Linux, Mac OS, and web folder, right? So if we go inside this, it's the standard look and feel. I don't know much about native Android development, but you can see here's the Android manifest.xml. So that's the only XML that I've seen inside Flutter, but it's more inside Android than Flutter itself. So there is a little bit of it, but I don't know XML that well or at all. I just use it I follow the guides that are out there and I use that. So let's jump in to our window. So in this window, I'll show you where we're gonna have to do this. So if we scroll down, that was insightful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you like Flutter, I would recommend it. But if you're using React and already know React and their whole ecosystem, I wouldn't suggest jumping over. I think they provide the same purpose to you. So not delete. So where is that? Yeah, this is the window, business review window. I think I scrolled extremely quickly past it. Reviewer. Yeah, so it's here at the top. So another place where we have that color. Or I can just say colors over here. So this is a color, yeah. How do I choose color? See, once again, I'm gonna have to cheat and jump over here. Yeah, yank. And then, where would I paste this? Paste. So, okay, no. Let's delete this. Control F. Yeah, I can do Control F, I guess. Undo. I can do Control F, but I'm actually trying to use the this thing called Vim Motions. So Vim Motions is, I'll jump into that, but Vim Motions is an easy way to jump around your code and find stuff and all of those things with only using your keyboard. But I sometimes forget, and yeah, I end up using my mouse. And it also gives me some time to think while I'm scrolling through stuff. So let's grab that paste and remove this hash. So what is this? Full color. Save, and then yank, and then let's go up, paste, or undo, Shift P, V down, and then here. So I think that would change it. There's probably other places over there, like there's probably other places, but that's all right. We'll see what it did first. So let's go back, and oh, we don't even have to go back. We can just click on here. I'm liking this color. Who was it? Pedro. I think it was you, Pedro. Let me know if it was you that suggested this color, but I'm liking it. So far so good. I'm liking this color, Pedro. Definitely liking this color. So I'm gonna add it to other places also. So empty color, secondary color. Okay, first things first, let's change the colors over here. So I want to change so this is how you search using Vim Motions. I'll try and get like a keyboard to show my keystrokes on the screen, but I think it'll be a little bit difficult. But to search for something, you lose / I think, / and then I'm going to search for rate us. Yeah, there's it over here. So this color, WW CW, and then we'll paste that in. What I definitely need to find, on the profile page, you might need to add shadow or border. It isn't very visible against the BG. So which part? So on the profile page, you need to add a border or shadow for stars. Okay. Yeah. I'll see if we can do that. But we'll make it a little bit. We'll use your new color, and we'll see what that looks like. So we have that color over here, but then we also have our stars at the top. And the stars at the top, here's it here. You know what, I should just yank this. Or copy, yank this. And then it's up here. So change inside word, escape, paste. Right, so that's what Vim Motions does, right? So I'm not using my mouse or anything. Over here, I'll do the undo. I'm such a fool. But yeah, I'm such a fool. So I'm gonna just delete inside word over here, and then delete inside word, and then we'll just go down again to rate us and yank inside brackets. No. Definitely Vim is a flex. I just started learning it not too long ago, so I'm not there yet. So yank W, and let's go up. So you can see I'm just gonna paste it here with one key. I'm pasting these things. I just know the basics for now. Pasted it over there. And let's see what this looks like. So now we're looking at the profile. We're gonna look at the profile page now. Where's that? What does it look like? What do you think, guys? Is it looking good? So this is the color that was suggested by Pedro. Is it looking a little bit better? I think so. You know what? I'm not too sure about the looking good. Nice. Because I was about to say I'm not too sure what's it like with the light background, but definitely with the dark background. Oh, where is it? With the dark background, it does look much crispier. Looking better. Love the feedback. Needs the shadow isn't needed. Okay, no problem. Thanks for that. So one more thing. So we have in the so this is the editable section. Okay. This is the non-editable section. Okay. So we need to change these ones. This is my list builder. So not employee list. Business search results. Oh, I'm a fool. It's not there. It should be under Mzansi. No. It should be under profile, my tools, business view, business reviews. That's it. And under business reviews, once again, I'll just use that same search thing, and I'll just search rating. And then when I press enter, I should be able to press N, and yeah, it'll jump over. Cool. www. Paste. Nice. Paste and then CW. Nice. Back, paste, forward one, and then CW. Or DW. Delete word. So the reason why I'm saying all of these letters, it's the way I remember the Vim motions. I'll show you the cheat sheet right now. So if you don't know what Vim, let's ask Mzansi what Vim is. Please explain what Vim is and what is Vim motions. Let's see what it says. Long stories.
Hey there, wave in hand. Mzansi AI here, ready to help you navigate the world of Vim. Let's dive into what Vim is and explore those nifty Vim motions. What is Vim? Think of Vim as a super powerful...
Thank you so much, Penny, for the follow.
Swiss Army knife for writing and editing text. It's been around for ages and is incredibly popular with developers and anyone who spends a lot of time working with text. What makes Vim special? It's highly customizable and efficient. Instead of relying heavily on the mouse, Vim uses key combinations, called motions, to navigate and edit text. It has a bit of a learning curve, but once you get the hang of it, you will find it lightning fast. Vim motions, your navigate.
Alright, so we won't jump into the motions. I'll open up the cheat sheet that I have. And cheat sheet. Stupid. I had to change my browser to not open up PDFs by default. Are you a dev working on your own company or someone else's company? Love the question. Once again, that's an amazing question, Zama. So I am working for my own company. I use cheat sheets for GitHub commands. You even better than me. I use the VS Code thing. But let's answer Zama's question. So Zama, I am working for my own company's project. So MIH, I'm the founder of MIH. If you'd like to know more about me, you can head over to the About MIH package. If you click on that and scroll down just a little bit, you'll see me. I know this picture is old. This is me from varsity, but I like this picture. So my name is Yasin Meth. I am the founder and CEO of Mzansi Innovation Hub. Right, you can see I have a BSc in Computer Science and Information Systems from the University of the Western Cape, and I worked at one of the banks for about 6 years. But yeah, Mzansi Innovation Hub is my own company, so I'm not working on it for anyone else. Thank you for that question. I appreciate you. So yeah, Vim Motions is kind of cool. And where was that? There's so many key combinations that are out there. I'll just show you just a few of them. That's amazing. Thanks. I'll go through MIH over the weekend. I saved it yesterday. Thank you so much. And don't forget, you don't have to use it on the web. You can download it also. We are available on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and the web. If you're using the web version, you can just click install PWA, or you click the install button. This button is dynamic. So if you're on an Android device, it'll say install Google Play Store, something like that. Or it'll say install iOS Store, Apple App Store. But it's the mobile version is much better than the web version. Let me just say that. So, yeah, this Vim is kind of crazy. I'm barely scraping the surface of moving, some inserting, copying. So there's keyboard combinations for everything out there. And it was super tough in the beginning. Smart, well done. Thank you so much. It was super tough in the beginning learning Vim motions, but I can see now that it's starting to pay off right now. Yeah, it's definitely starting to pay off. Empty color. Where is this? So this is empty color. This is fine. Half filled. This needs to change. This needs to change to this. Yank. Do you think Ryzen 5 10 gig laptop will do for a home server? Quotes, that is more than enough. I'll tell you about the story, what I started MIH with. So, append. So MIH that or when I first worked on MIH, I had a laptop. People are insinuating some things from the last video, but I had a laptop that I used in varsity. So maybe this was like second year of varsity or so. So I used that throughout varsity and as a personal laptop going forward. And that had 8 gigabytes of RAM. It had an i7, a very old one, right? So remember I went to varsity in 2014. So maybe 2015 is when I bought it. It's a decade old right now. So that's more than enough. And it had a broken graphics card. So if you have your, I think you said Ryzen 5 and 10 gigs, that's more than enough for your server. And obviously, depending on what the server is getting up to, right? It's not going to be a supercomputer. You're not going to be able to run the largest LLMs. But say, for example, you want to use Ollama on that home server. Yeah, where's Ollama? Say you want to use Ollama as that web server, and you have 10 gigabytes of RAM. Thank you. Dr. Pixels, nice to see you here. If you have 10 gigabytes of RAM, you must make sure that you have enough RAM left over to do some of your functionality and to do, I just want to host Laravel backend there. Yeah, more than enough. Damn, I'm late as heck. What's popping? Now we're just chatting here. We're just chatting. We are making a few changes. The Mzansi directory rating section is fine. Do you do lives daily? If yes, what time? Okay, I'll answer. So there's a few questions over here. So quote, I think it's fine to use that as a server just for a backend, like a fast API server. Dr. Pixels, we're just chatting right now, but we'll dive into more things later. And Zama, I am live Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. So we normally live for like an hour, between an hour and an hour 30 minutes. But if things are lit, we do carry on a little bit more. We do get carried away. But yeah, so remove that. Why is this? Comma is missing. Append comma. And now things should be fine. So if we open it up, now we have the new color here, which I love. Thank you so much for the recommendations. What's happening, bro? What are we building? So I'm working on Mzansi Innovation Hub, the MIH app. It's the first super app of Mzansi. If you'd like to know more about it, yeah, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and we live on other platforms also. So MIH is the first super app of Mzansi. If you'd like to know more about what MIH is about, you can just ask Mzansi. Please tell me what MIH is all about. Oh, I'm a fool. I'm using the my bad, my bad. Thank you so much for the you're awesome, Zama. I appreciate you. Please tell me about MIH. Please tell me about MIH. So, like I said, MIH is the first super app of Mzansi. And it provides you with multiple features out there, multiple features, and more features are coming.
I'm Mzansi AI, your friendly assistant here on the MIH app, smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks. So, what is the MIH app? Think of it as your all-in-one hub for life in Mzansi flag of South Africa. It's created by the Mzansi Innovation Hub, a startup based right here in South Africa. Basically, the MIH app is designed to make both your personal and business life smoother. It's got a bunch of cool features, like Mzansi.
I won't let Mzansi AI continue, but like I said, it's Mzansi's first super app to make your life easier, not just your personal life, but also your business life. Multiple features, Mzansi profile, Mzansi wallet to store your loyalty cards, the patient manager and patient profile, the Mzansi AI, Mzansi directory, what we're working on right now, phase 2 of it, the calendar, calculator, and MIH access. So many features out there. You can download it now. It's free on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and the web. So you can just search Mzansi Innovation Hub. This is how you spell it. Mzansi Innovation Hub, and we should appear at the top of the list. And you can download, install, share it with your family members, all of the above. Here's the loyalty card feature that people love. So yeah, there's much more cards than these small little bit of cards. Like, let's say for example, I want to add best before, and I'll just type that in. But this is the title. I'll leave the title blank. The card number, you can normally scan this with your phone's scanner, and you can add this, and there's your loyalty card. So you can use this. I love using the Checkers cards, the Woolies card, the Macro, all of these. I've removed all of my cards from my wallet. So if you look on the screen, I'll show the people on the other platforms, but I have multiple cards right here. Too many cards, in fact. So I'll show you now. So these are all the loyalty cards that I have, or that I had in my wallet, right? I love the deals. So these are all the cards that I had, but it's no longer in my wallet now because I'm using the Mzansi wallet. So multiple features out there. So let's go back over here. We'll wait for the GPS to come through. We'll switch over, then this search MIH. So this is the Mzansi directory, guys. Wow, that's amazing, bro. Keep it up. Thank you so much. And don't forget to follow the journey. You can follow us on TikTok, where you are right now, or YouTube, Twitch, Kick. If you go into MIH itself and to the About MIH section, that's where you find everything else about MIH. And scroll all the way to the bottom. These are the platforms that we're on. Thank you so much, Tato and Anton, for the follow. I appreciate you. Where is the platform hosted? It's hosted on our on-premises, in our own facilities, on the what we like to call the MIH server. So if you've been following along for a while, the MIH server is just a normal computer that we have over here. And I don't want to, or we did that because we didn't want to use AWS or Azure or all of those things. So we're hosting it ourselves. Thank you so much. So yes, like I was saying, if you'd like to follow the journey, we are available, and I do try to post the same videos across all of them, right? So it doesn't matter which platform you're on, you will be able to see it all, except for Twitch and Kick. That only shows the live. But yeah, that only shows the live. But you can check us out all over here. So let's say, for example, you click on Threads. It'll take you through our Threads page, and here's the video that was released today. The exact same thing that you saw on TikTok. So it's just whatever you're comfortable with, you can go follow us there. I want to add something like this to the personal profile of MIH, but we'll get into that later. So the Mzansi directory. So a place to search for people and businesses across Mzansi. So this is the people section, the businesses over here. That's smart. Hosting on cloud platforms has its pros and cons. On-prem, always better. I fully agree with that sentiment. Jermaine, I think it's Jermaine. Yeah, Jermaine. I fully agree with that. And also, what scares me about these cloud platforms are the cost. There's so much cost, and they give you like a fraction of a CPU to run your stuff. So I'd rather just get my own hardware and figure out how it works on its own, because that's the only benefit I see that these companies, these cloud providers give to you. It's the ease of use, the ease of getting up and running, right? So you'll just buy a AWS instance, for example, and then they give you an IP address that you can just connect to your domain. Simple stuff, right? But if you're hosting it on your own, you have to figure out networking and the computer being on and how to port forwarding, and all these other crazy things. But yeah, I do like doing it on-prem. So in terms of deploying to iOS, Android, I know Android there is once-off fee, but iOS is yearly. So Anton, you are correct in saying that the iOS has a yearly fee. I think the yearly fee for iOS is $100. So it's $100 if you want to join the developer program of iOS, and that is a yearly fee. But if you're doing it for Android, it's extremely free. What you'll have to do is you'll have to go to the Google Play console. So Google Play console. So this is the place where, what is this? So yeah, this is the place where you have your apps running and you manage all these things. It's free to sign up over here and to publish your application. You'll just have to have I think it's an AAB file, if I'm not mistaken, a .aab file instead of a .apk file. So it's an app bundle instead of an app package, which is an APK, I think. Nice. This install base. Nice. Looks like a lot of people. Android is once off. I'm not sure I paid, if I'm being honest. They changed it. I didn't pay for Android. I just I just published. I don't know if I jippoed the system or what, but I just published the things over here. I didn't have to pay for anything. It was free. I do believe it's a cost. I must have jippoed the system then. I must have I must have jippoed the system. That's why it was free for me. But yeah, iOS is the one that is thingy. Maybe you registered earlier. Could be, but no, this was my first time registering. Who knows? God was on my side, guys. Paying for me in the spirit. Unless maybe deploying an APK. Unless maybe deploying an APK. I have no idea. I also have no idea why, but I don't know. I don't know, it just works. So, and if you want to do iOS development, right? The tricky part, doesn't matter what platform, what front end you're using, the tricky part over there is you're gonna have to have Apple hardware, because you're gonna have to use where's this thing? You're gonna have to use the simulator. So I'll start up the simulator for you and I'll show you what that's all about. And okay, if you have an iPhone yourself, you can probably hook it up, but I don't have an iPhone on my side. Xcode, yeah. So this simulator thing, right? If you don't have an iPhone on hand and you want to test out say for example, your Flutter application, you can only do it through the simulator. And the simulator, like Pedro was saying, it only is available on Xcode. And Xcode is an iOS application. So they basically force you to get Apple hardware, whether it's a phone or a whole computer, in order to develop for their stuff. And then once you're creating, I think iOS has an .ipa file. It's like the app bundle, like the APK file. You can only do that on Apple iOS hardware. So what I do is run it in Chrome, the F12, and change it to the iPhone. So true, you can do that, but there's specific features that are missing if you do that. So I'll F12 over here also, and I'm assuming you're talking about this. So if you F12, guys, so this was from Anton. Anton is saying if you F12 on a website, or you don't have to F12, you can right click and inspect element. It does the same thing. Then at the top over here under dimensions, you can click on it and you can select an iPhone. So it does give you the iPhone shape. Juju, thank you so much for the follow. It does give you the iPhone shape and stuff. However, this is still just a web app. There's some functionalities that are only available on the actual simulator or hardware itself. South Pow, thank you so much for the follow. So yeah, let me run MIH in iOS for you. Super quick to do. Let me stop whatever I'm running here, and then I'll run it on thingy. I haven't run it on iOS in a minute actually. I just like Android. That's why I use that one. But you can see at the bottom it's running Xcode in the background. So this is what I'm saying. It actually uses Xcode and forces Xcode upon you. So you have to have a Mac hardware or an iPhone, some sort of Apple hardware on your side in order for you to do this. So true, maybe with printers, etc., will be difficult to set up on Chrome. True, maybe printers and stuff, but the one thing that what is there? Yeah, but there's some like ads, right? So the thing that I'm using, Anton, this is an example. So the ads package that we're using only works on mobile devices because it's the mobile ad package that we're using. Let's. Sorry, TikTok is asking me if I'm a human. Yo, why is it chilling so long? Nice, nice. Authenticate. Okay. Face ID, enroll. Let me reload this, and then it can ask us for our, yeah, can ask us for our face now. So feature face ID match. Yeah, so this is the you host MIH with third party or by yourself on our own premises. Thank you so much, Papas. On our own premises is where we host MIH. So, sorry, I was supposed to take a picture for you guys, but I forgot to do that. But I'll take a picture next time and then we'll put it up on the screen so you can see it. But yeah, this is the iOS version of MIH. Basically the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. Just the profile picture doesn't show, but that's just a development thing on my side. And in production or the live version, it works. It's just in dev because of how Android doesn't use localhost. So the Android emulator, when I'm speaking about Android, so the Android emulator doesn't use localhost to connect to your computer. It uses like 1.0.0.2, something like that. It uses. So there's a difference between this. This is coming from localhost, but because I'm using like 1.0. What, it's not appearing over here. I'll show you the error that comes up. If I go to a, oh, it's not appearing over here, but interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, so we'll keep, there's the error. You see, there's it over here, 10.0.2.2. So this is how Android deals with localhost. No problem. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for attending. Don't forget, guys, we are available on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. We are on a journey on the Twitch side to reach an affiliate. So that's so we can start monetizing and things on Twitch side. So please feel free, if you use Twitch and you like Twitch, you can head over there, or YouTube or Kick, and you can follow, subscribe, and see our full screen instead of just seeing a small sliver over here. And you can see my face also, and I can speak to you directly instead of you just looking at a small section of my screen. So we did that. Yeah, I'm not gonna use this one. I like seeing the pictures. So I'll change this back to this, and I'll click run. Loving the likes on TikTok, loving the likes. So what we're gonna work on next, guys, it's on Twitch. That's on Twitch. Yeah, so we are live on Twitch right now. Jump over, you can say hi over there, and I'll respond to you the same. And on Twitch, you can see the TikTok chat over there. So you're not missing out anything if you go that side. We do try and accommodate for everyone. So the next thing, let's jump over to Canva. So remember, guys, way back, we don't worry about all this garbage over here, but in Canva, we designed this together. I don't know if you were here to remember this, but we designed the Mzansi directory together, and this is what we came up with. And this is what we have over here. So you can see we kind of matching what we designed together. So the next thing that I want to work on is the bookmark section. So say, for example, you find a business that you like. Okay, I still have to register on Twitch. No problem, you can join us tomorrow on Twitch. I don't mind that. That's okay. So yeah, say for example, you find a business that you really like and you enjoy what they do. Instead of you going into the Mzansi directory each and every time and searching for that business, you can now add them to your favorites or your bookmarks. We can speak about the wording. Yeah, so instead of you coming here and let it load, and then searching for, let's say you're searching for MIH all the time. I want to add a button in below this called bookmark. And then from bookmark, it should take you to, it should open up a new package over here for you that has on the side that, or package tool that has a list of your bookmarked businesses. That's what we're going to work on next. I don't know if we should work on it now because it's kind of tedious work. Because I'll have to design what the database will look like. I'll have to think about, yeah, what columns do I need over there? How are we even gonna hook it up? All of those kind of things. And then once we have that, maybe on the business side, we can have number of bookmarks or number of saves or something like that. So that when you're jumping into the Mzansi directory, like say over here, we can have like a number of saves or number of bookmarks. And then when you jump on here and you see like they have thousands of bookmarks, then you can say, nah, this is a cool business, I want to utilize them. So on top of having the ratings, you can also have the bookmark section as a confirmation to say like, nah, this business is valid. They are a actual business and not scammers. So that's what I want to get up to next. So I'll have to, and I'm thinking, I think phase 2 is fine for now for the Mzansi directory. I'll test it out a little bit more. Then I will push it into production, and then once that's in production, then we can work on the phase 3 of the Mzansi directory. Or we can even, we'll work on phase 3 of the Mzansi directory. So we'll have so I have that bookmark thing already available for us. Just if I go to card, let's search bookmark. Yeah, you can see I already have it commented out over here. So business name, what is this? Insert dot, what is this? Insert, I think arguments, or business dot name, delete, yeah. CW, I think I just said name, yeah. So if we save that, now you should see that there's a bookmark section over here. So it doesn't do anything. If we click on it, nothing happens. All it does now is print some information. Where is it? There's it over here. Print some information to our console for us. So I have that available, but we'll have to think like when you click on this, we can do that now even. So we can have a alert over here. So let's do that now. So kind of simple to do. So all we have to do is show dialog over here, and then www. We'll change this to in brackets context, and I will use the arrow thing. And you can see it's already Copilot is already hooking me up with some code over here, but I won't use that. I won't use that code because sometimes Copilot just does garbage. Okay, this is that. And yeah, I'll have to have a return function over here. So insert return. Let's save this. Where's my delete? I have a delete function somewhere. I'm just going to copy that code. I'm going to show you another powerful thing that Vim bindings can do for you. So look at all of this code over here, right? So if we have a look, all of this code over here is to do with my pop-up. And I don't want to go and drag all of this to thingy. All I can do, or all I have to do is type 3 letters from my side. So I just have to say YAP. What that does, it yanks everything for me. And if I scroll to the bottom, let's say over here, and I'll just paste it in right here with one letter with P. And now I paste everything in over here. Yeah, there's errors and stuff, but we can fix those errors. That's something simple to do. Like the MIH button, we'll just have to import that. Like the alert service, we'll just have to import that. And yeah, some of these things we'll have to remove, but that's fine. So, bookmark business. So change inside quotes, bookmark business. Oh, are you sure you want to bookmark, to save? Copilot coming through. Save to your Mzansi directory. To your Mzansi directory. And our buttons over here. So the cancel button can be the same. So the cancel button will be... Okay, let's do this. We don't need anything inside the on press section over here. So I'll just highlight all of this up to here and delete it. Yeah, so we'll just leave that blank. Nothing will happen, and this will be delete, cancel, change inside quotes, cancel. And if we come to the bottom, this one will be save, change inside quotes. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. And if you have a project out there, I'm more than happy to check it out. And I would be even more happier if you are using the Mzansi directory to showcase your stuff. So for example, if we head over to the Mzansi directory, thank you so much SMR for the follow. If we head over to the Mzansi directory, and thank you so much Siyabonga for the follow. So if you head over to the Mzansi directory and search for Mzansi, so search for Mzansi Innovation Hub, then you can see my company over there and my company's website. So if you click on it, it'll open up MIH, but that's just taking you to the same place. So for example, if we look at JC, so this is Jay's business. I think he's still in the chat right now. There's a bug over here. Don't worry about that. We fixed it. So in the next update, it'll be out. But if we click on JC Photo Booth, so this is a business. So this is an account inside MIH that activated their business profile, and they have a website over here. So if you have a business and you are using MIH, I'm here. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you still here. You can click on, you can activate your business. You can, let me close this. You can activate your business account and set up your business profile, and then we'll be able to have a look at your website and shout you out and see what you're all about, right? So let me know. Even you can drop the link in the chat right now to one of your projects that we can check out now. But see JC Photo Booth, if we click on their website, let's just continue to destination. It will, it'll take you to their website where you can find out more about them. So what I would love is if you have your own, thank you so much for the heart, Mijay. If you have your own business and your own website, set up your business account and add your website to there. I'm more than happy to check it out over here. I'm actually super happy to check it out and see what the people of Mzansi are doing, and also showcasing your business so that other people can support you. So what was I doing? So over here, I was inserting, not save. Yeah, let's just put save business. I don't have a website, but app on Google. Cool. What's the app called? Let me know. So save business. So save business. So I must yank this or delete this and paste this in. Insert, enter, paste. Yeah, you must, who was that? Quote, instead of, even if you don't have a website, right? Under the website link, my routine bad habits. Cool, I'm gonna copy this now. Even if you don't have a website and you just have like a link to the Google Play Store, add that to the website section. Then people can find your app over there. So, is it on the Google Play Store? Let's search Mzansi Innovation Hub. Nice, even Google's correcting my spelling. Love it. So if it's on the Google Play Store, thank you so much for the donut, Razin. I appreciate you. Raz, thank you so much. So my routine build habits. So do I just search for it on Google, or where do I find it? My routine. Is this over here? My routine, build habits. My routine, build habits. I don't know why, but that sounds very familiar to me. My routine, build habits. We'll find it. You can send me the link directly and then we can check it out. I don't like shouting out other people's apps over here. I want a direct link to your app. That's why it would be cool if you have a profile just like this one and add it to your website over here. Or even if you have, who's Intellect Africa? Intellect Africa. So this is also one of my TikTok friends. Hi, new here. Tell us more about MIH. Love that question, John. Love that question. So what is MIH? MIH is the first super app of Mzansi. Right? Before we even dive into what MIH is, first we need to understand what is a super app. What is a super app? Right, so you can ask Mzansi that question. You can see Mzansi AI is here to help you. So you can press enter on that and we'll hear what Mzansi AI is doing. I need to reload the server. This thing is a little bit slow now. Let's listen.
Hey there, waving hand. That's a great question. So, a super app is basically like having a whole bunch of different apps rolled into one. Think of it as an all-in-one platform. The MIH app is actually a super app. It's designed to make your personal and business life easier by bringing together things like your profile, a wallet for loyalty cards, appointment scheduling, and even a calculator, all in one place. It's all about streamlining things and making it convenient. Smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks.
Thank you so much.
To elaborate on this topic.
No problem. Is it John? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Mzansi. I don't know how to pronounce it, John. I'm going to call you John, all right? But yeah, this is what Mzansi Air is a little bit forward by telling us about MIH, but MIH is the first super app of Mzansi, and it provides you with multiple features. My favorite feature is Mzansi Air when I'm having any questions and stuff. But my one that I use regularly is the Mzansi wallet, where you can have your loyalty card stored digitally. And another one that I use very often is the calculator app. So if you look at the calculator app, this is just a simple calculator, right? So you can click on things and do simple calculations. But if we swipe over to the tip calculator, this is my favorite one. So when you're going out, say you're going out with the Hosh Karamaima, right? You're obviously not going to split the bill. Say it comes to 15,026, right? Or 23. So this is a huge bill. And you want to give them a 15% tip because they served you well, they were friendly, everything was good about their service. So you give a 15% tip. I don't want to still go use my calculator to go figure out what is 15% and then subtract it from this and then or divided by 2 or divided by so many. None of this. So you just click on calculate. Then it tells you, okay, you're going to pay 17,000 for your full bill and the tip is going to be 2,200 for as a 15% tip, right? But then say for example you're out with friends and you're not with your woman, then you can split the bill and say there's 7 friends, right? A weird number, 7 friends. Now look at the calculations that you have to do on that slip. You're gonna have to say what's 15% of this added to that, and then once you have that, now you're gonna divide it by 7. Too much work. All you just do is click calculate, and this is how much each person is gonna pay. Super quick and simple to do. Don't forget to follow us, guys. We are available on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. You can see the full screen what we're getting up to. So let's close this. Another cool one, which is an experimental feature, is the Forex calculator. So the calculator package is not just this calculator. There's lots of things, the tip calculator and Forex calculator. So let's say 1 USD to a ZAR. Click calculate. And so $1 is about 17 Rand and 62 cents. You don't have to use USD. I think there's also crypto stuff over here. So I think I can say ADA. Yeah, Kodana. Calculate. So 1 Kodana is about 15 Rand. So multiple features out there. Let me know which one is your favorite. If you have an MIH account, let me know in the chat what's your favorite package to use. Yes, so we were working on this. There's an error somewhere. alert service. So this should be fine now. So when we click on the bookmark feature, so when we click on this bookmark thing, save to draft. What? What? I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting something else. Is it downloadable on iOS or only deployed on Android? Love that question also. So I'll open up the App Store for you. Apple App Store. Thank you so much, Rock King, for the follow. So you can search for Mzansi Innovation Hub on the Apple App Store, if I spelled it correctly. Mzansi Innovation. I don't know why my the iOS thing doesn't pop up like Google's one, but there's it over here. So we are available on the Apple App Store also. So the exact same functionality, but it's just the iOS version. Make sure, guys, if you are downloading us and you're using the application and you like it, make sure to rate us. I think that's how you push us to the top of the list when when people are trying to search for it. Because look now, if I search for MIH app, it's here in my title. But if I search for MIH app in the search bar, MIH app, it doesn't pop up over there. I think because the app is not popping off like others. So you'll have to search for the full Mzansi Innovation Hub. Innovation Hub. And we should appear over there at the top of the list. Apple, look at this. On my side, it shows on number one, MIH, hectic. On the Google Play Store, love to see it. MIH. Love to see it. Love to see it. Nice. Now you can just search MIH on the Google Play Store. But the App Store is kind of strange. And I think it's even freezing right now. Force quit. App Store on phone. Cool. Let me search MIH and see what happens. MIH. Is it... Ignore. Is it the case that I've already installed it, or what's the story? Nice! MIH even pops up over here. Cool. So going forward, all you have to do is just search MIH. Let me check on Google what happens if I search MIH. I think there's other MIHs out there. So MIH, I must do some search engine optimization in order to push MIH. That's something simple we can do also, I think. So let me know, search engine what's it, search engineers? Is it a paid app? I'm sorry, I just saw your question now. No, it's a free application. So if we look on the App Store, it's... How do I uninstall apps? But it's a free application to use. There are ads in strategic places, but we don't bombard you with ads. It is free to use. Whether you're on iOS, Android, or using the web, it's free to use and free to create an account. All of the functionalities will be unlocked when you download MIH. So, remember I showed you the different structures over here. So what we can also do, before I do that, let me go to settings. Preference, where is it? So it's under code, settings. Thank you so much, Quotes, for letting me know that you can just search MIH and it should just pop up there. So under my formatting, I'm gonna remove the auto formatting. Where is that? Is it formatting? Formatting? Yeah, format on save. I'm gonna remove that because it does nonsense in HTML. So under the web section and under the HTML, so I think, let me know in the chat, guys, but how do I know under the metadata, you can, do I even have, I need to change this. Is there any search engine optimizers out there? Engineers out there? What's it? SEO engineers, that's it. SEO engineers out there. Let me know, how do I update my thing? Do I need to put MIH over here in this thing? Where do I need to add MIH to? Let's ask Mzansi. If I have an HTML file, what do I need to change to improve the SEO? You can add the title, description, and a page heading. Interesting. A page heading. So let's see what, I think Mzansi AI is similar to what you say in quotes. Let's listen to the beginning.
Hey there, wave in hand. That's a great question. Let's get your HTML file saver ready. Here's a breakdown of things you can tweak to boost its search engine visibility, keeping it simple and easy to understand. 1. Title tag, the most important. What it is, the title tag in the head section. It's what appears in search results and browser tags. How to improve. Make it descriptive and include your primary keyword. Example, title, best vegan recipes and...
Wait, I don't think I have a title tag. No, I do have. It's MIH. Over here. It's quite fast. Are you talking about Mzansi AI? Love to hear it. Yeah, it's... So we are trying to use the best AI out there. So we can't use the big, extremely fast. Thank you so much, Brand Sun Limit. Brand Sun. Thank you so much, Brand, for that. So yeah, it is quite fast because I am not bombarding my server with a huge LLM. So we are using Gemma 3N with Olama. If you click on that, we're using the 4 billion parameter model, and that's 7.8 gigs. You can have a title as Mzansi Innovation Hub -MIH. Interesting. Let's do that right now. So I do have a title tag over here, right? I do have a title tag. Insert MIH app. Let's see what else Mzansi AI said we could do. So yeah, like I was telling you, Brand, we have an 8 gigabyte NVIDIA graphics card in our server, and that's why we're using the one that's 7.5 gigs, because that's all our hardware can handle. When the LLMs get better, this will probably go lower. And there's also these models called quantized models. Let me know if you know what that is. But I think a quantized model is, so they take a bigger model and use that bigger model to train a little model so that the information can pass through to that little model without having to train it and having the parameters being so huge. So that's what quantizing is all about. I think they speak about it over here a little bit. But, so after we changed this, I saved it. Let's run this in the Chrome and see what it looks like now after changing, what's this? MIH app. Adding MIH, like -MIH app to it. And what will change? So if I were to change that and then I search for on Google, is this thing gonna change over here? Or this thing, or are they both the same things? So here, the little Mzansi Innovation Hub or the big Mzansi Innovation Hub. Okay, so I see this thing over here at the top changes. Interesting. Very interesting, very interesting. What else did Mzansi AI say we should do? So, wait, let me minimize this. Yeah, it'll change, okay. So, let's see, step 2. So we've added our title tag, right? Very important. Oh, maybe we should use a line instead of a dash, and Google will then put it on the ranking as a keyword. Go back. What changed? Oh, sorry. If you didn't see what changed. So if we're looking at our HTML file, right? So this is Pinocchio. So we changed this thing from just Mzansi Innovation Hub to Mzansi Innovation Hub -MIH. And after we made that change, you can see at the, it's showing dev now because I forced that in somewhere. I don't know where I forced that in, but it should show up if I reload this. You see it has MIH over there. So if where did I do that? Mzansi Innovation Hub dash. Let me search this project. Mzansi Innovation Hub -dev. I set that up somewhere. This is where we should do it. What is this? Title. Get title. I think I should add it over here instead of adding it to my instead of adding it to the HTML. I'll add it to the HTML also, but what I'll do is I'll add the same thing to this our main file. Where is that main file? To our main file over here. So MIH app, and I'll put dev in the front so I know. Insert dev, something like this, and I'll remove dev from the end. So now if I think I should reload the whole application for this to happen, because if I just reload here, oh yeah, it did change, but this section over here changes. So you can see now it has MIH app. So it's the dev version of Mzansi Innovation Hub -MIH app. So that's what we changed. So we changed it on here because I think Google will hook it up for us when we eventually push it to production. But yes, I was looking at what else Mzansi AI was saying. Metadata. So under the metadata describe tag, it's a snippet of, under the title tag, how to improve this, write a summary, so much. This is some great info from Mzansi AI. Heading tag, alt tag, nope. Keyword usage, how to improve, keyword star, URL structure, okay. Page speed. So I think that's the only thing we can do. Maybe over time, as lots of people search MIH app, it should just appear over there. It should just appear over there. So I'll keep that saved, and hopefully that can, when you search for MIH on Google, it should just pop up over there. So that's what we're trying to do. When you search MIH, it should put MIH app next to this, and also at the top of here to say MIH app. And then when you search MIH, it should just appear over there. Mzansi Innovation Hub. So let me show you something cool. So this is what Google, let me minimize this a bit, right? So this is what Google's things look like. So to review and do all save, all these things. And then on MIH's side, let's open up this. Or where is it? This one over here. On MIH's side, we have the same functionality, guys. We're out here competing with Google. And at least over here, when I search MIH, it actually should pop up. Mzansi Test Doctors. Yeah, so the exact same thing. So let me bring this here, move this here. So cool, you can see that, press F5. It is not showing cached results. No, so we were just doing it in production. I don't expect the live version to hook it up right now. But in dev, you can see it did change if we hover over this. It should, where's this? Yeah, it did change to MIH app. But when it's in production, we'll have to wait for Google's crawlers to do their things. And yeah, this is a whole long story. So I don't expect it to change immediately. But when we push it to production, it'll definitely change. But yes, this is what I was showing you. So this is what Google's Mzansi Innovation Hub page looks like. And if we look at MIH's one, we can go the exact same thing. We can go to Mzansi. This is what our one looks like. So this is ours and this is Google's one. Basically provides the same functionality, I guess. So you can call, you can visit the website, you can rate. So we have a new rating coming along right now. We're gonna work on save. Share, that's a very interesting one to share. We'll work on that also to figure out how to share things. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's flip the camera, guys. We did some great work today. I think what I'll work on tomorrow is, let me flip my camera for the people on Twitch also. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the MIH Live and participating. It's never the same when you don't participate, but thank you so much for that. Great work, great conversations. Thank you, Pinocchio, for the follow. I appreciate you. Guys, If you'd like to support Mzansi Innovation Hub, there's multiple ways that you can do that. Like you are doing now, you're following, you're watching, you're sharing, you're liking, all of those nice things. That's how you support us. You can also download MIH. You can just search MIH on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Or you can head over to our TikTok page, and we do have subscriptions over there. It's not required, but it's like 50 something rand. It'll go up to 60 rand after the first purchase. And we're also on the road to affiliate over on Twitch. So you can head over there and subscribe to us. And then one day you can subscribe. You can support us through Twitch also. Lots of different mechanisms. And if you'd like some consultation for your business, you can head over to the Mzansi directory, search for Mzansi Innovation Hub, and you can email us or give us a call. And hopefully we can assist you with that. And if you are a business and you'd like to get up and running with MIH, specifically a medical practice, you can do the same thing. Head over to Mzansi Innovation Hub and contact us through any of the methods over there. And we can hook it up to get you up and running and your staff up and running with MIH. I don't have the Mzansi tab right here, but one of our packages does come with a little tablet. So instead of using a whole computer to run MIH, now you can be mobile with the Mzansi tab. Thank you so much for joining the live this evening. I appreciate each and every one of you. And let's keep working hard, Mzansi.